I heard you loud and clear. You like fabric crafts. So this week's video is dedicated to all things fabric crafts for Christmas. We're gonna make some really cute decor ideas. I hope that you get inspired. And if you're new here, welcome. I'm super excited to have you. My name's Melanie Ferguson. You can subscribe right here below and hit that notification bell. Also, if you wanna stay in touch every single week by email, go ahead and hit the QR code or the link down here in the description by the video. All right, let's do it. I, for one, have never seen a Dollar Tree frame used like this. So hang with me. Let's see what we can do to make this kind of zhuzhed up for the holidays. We're going to take, again, this is a gold frame. Dollar Tree has such a variety. You can go through them and pick your favorite frame for this project. I'm just giving you the idea. Now we're going to take the backing and a pot holder, and that is the secret. And we're going to snip the ends of the pot holder, take that tag off, add some scrap fabric, and make a really cute DIY project. So we're going to cut it down just to have like about maybe a ½ inch spilling over on both ends, the top and the bottom of this frame backing. And we are going to glue it down from the back. Once you have it all trimmed down and you have that pot holder, the pot holder, like I said, is the secret ingredient. We're going to glue it down. Just put it right there on the front. This is going to serve as the padding. Now, you could always use some batting or some polyfill, but I thought how easy to just grab a pot holder and do that instead. They're $1.50 now, maybe, and add it here to this project. Now, I'm just gluing this like we talked about, trimming it up just to make it kind of neat, and about a ½ inch on both ends, the top and the bottom. Gluing it in place, and then I'm going to flip it over and we're going to glue it on both sides as well. We got to keep it all kind of in place. But you see how it's messy? Do you see how it's not perfect? I love this kind of project because it means I can do it. Anybody can do it. Then I added a little bit of scrap ribbon. This is just some trim, and I'm going to put it on both corners, top and bottom. Now you could put it on the other two corners. You could really make this part however you want, but I just thought it would be fun to figure out a way to make this become a display. And these little ribbons are going to be what holds our recipe card in place. This is going to be a display for a holiday recipe or a heirloom recipe, something that you want to keep front and center during the holidays. So I went ahead and reassembled the picture frame together. We did not use the glass or the mat that originally came with it. We're leaving this exposed. I decided to add a couple of little bows. I thought that would pop and be fun. I couldn't decide where to put them, but ultimately in the middle is where they landed. And I think that it really makes this pop. I would love to know what you think and what recipe you would put in your little frame. This was such an easy project. You can actually, since it is a pot holder underneath and puffy, you can pin. You can use little push pins on this. I love this idea. I would love to know your opinion. I just put this little brownie vintage recipe from an old cookbook in here, but you can do you. This one is precious. I'm loving the little bows, the pop at the end, especially since this little pot holder's back here. You can use this to actually pin things with push pins, or like we said, add a little recipe card, something in the middle. Photos. I'm loving the idea of using this for photos. Just a fun little extra piece that you can make with scrap fabrics. The jury is still out on this one. I can't quite decide, and I need your help. These little angel magnets were sort of cute the way they were, but I didn't feel like they screamed holiday or really blended with my decor at all. So I grabbed some Christmas fabric from Dollar Tree in coordinating colors, red and green, and I decided to decoupage these with the fabric. So let's get to it. We're just going to see where it fits onto the fabric and then just cover it with a generous amount of Mod Podge or glue. I think just regular Elmer's glue would work. I got way too much because I didn't realize how small these little magnets were. And I went ahead and used it for both. Super easy. And now we're just going to flip them over and press them down onto our fabric. Once you have them, I try to use just like the corner of the fabric so that it's not wasteful. And I can definitely use this fabric for a million other projects because there's so much of it. But I'm just going to cut out the little square. And then in order to keep it in place, I'm going to use my heat tool to kind of dry it up a little bit and get it to where we can work with it without it trying to come off. It only takes a couple seconds with the heat tool, and then I went ahead and went over it with just a braying tool from Cricut, just my little, what else would you even call that? And then I used scissors to trim it just roughly. Now, don't get too fussy about this part. I trimmed it roughly with the scissors because we're going to do a really fun technique on these angels. I'm using a lighter. Yes, I know it's scary, but I used a lighter to kind of get into the grooves and all of those little detailed cracks where the fabric was rough cut and get it kind of right up along the edge. Now, once I did this all the way around both of the angels, it does leave like a little bit of a black outline, which is absolutely fine. I'm going to show you what we're going to do with it. Just stick around, stick with me, sit by me. Enjoy your time. Now, once this is done, it did leave a little bit of extra, so I used a tiny baby nail file. These also come from the Dollar Tree, just to kind of buff it up, get it all perfect. And then I'm going to use gold paint. Yes, 24 karat gold paint. It's not really 24 karat gold, but it's the name of the paint. And I'm just using it on the edges of the angel wings and on the edges of the fabric, just to kind of give it a little sparkle. I decided ultimately to dot a little bit on the inside, on the face of the angels, just to bring it all together. Once I did this, I thought it'd be cute to add just a little bit of my signature bling sparkle, and that is the angels. This is how they look on my fridge. I am not sure, they don't necessarily look like angels anymore, but I feel like the wings are maybe a dead giveaway. But I'd love to know what you think. Let me know below. Two little angels, so precious. I'm loving these for the refrigerator for the holiday season to hold up all of those like greeting cards and reminders for parties and things that we need front and center. But you could get creative with different pieces of fabric to decoupage on here. I love the pop of bling. What do you think? I love that. Let me know below if you will try to make some of these. You are going to have to forgive me, my friend. This recording was a little bit not my typical because of the camera angles, but you can get the idea. This is the point. I'm here to inspire you and give you ideas. Now, this is a clear plastic platter I picked up at Hobby Lobby, but you could use any Dollar Tree clear plate for this exact same idea. Now, for this one, I am just adding a little bit of that rub and buff that I absolutely love in the gold leaf color to the embossed section of this platter. Now, this platter had a really pretty bow little impression here, and I'm just filling it in with some gold rub and buff. Now, you could always use gold paint as well, but I wanted it to look a little bit vintagey looking. Now, this is also a little fat quarter that is scrap fabric that I grabbed from the Hobby Lobby as well. And I am going to be decoupaging this onto the back side of this platter. Now, I will tell you, I learned my lesson. First of all, let me just tell you, always iron your scrap fabric. And I'm loving this little craft iron. I will link it below for you in case you don't already have one. But once you have it ironed, I went ahead and traced out the back side of this platter and then rough cut it to kind of get the shape. Then I went back and I trimmed it a little bit more. You want it a little bit smaller than what you traced, and I'll show you why. And this is the other thing I learned during this project was while you had that gold rub and buff out, you want to go ahead and do the outside of the platter. So all the edges, before you do this step. But, you know, we live and we learn. That's part of crafting, right? Now I'm just adding the Mod Podge here very generously, I might say as well, to the back side of this platter. And I am filling in that little um, part with the bow, just adding it right over that rub and buff. And again, I would have gone ahead and done the gold edges here all around the trim. But we live and we learn. I am adding the fabric to the back and just making sure that it's pushed down into all of those sections of that embossed bow, as well as all the way around the edges of this round part of the platter. And then I went back and I ended up using the 24 karat gold paint color onto the trim of the sides of the platter. And then I'm going back over every single thing with Mod Podge. You might want to put 1 to 2 coats and then dry it with the heat tool. This is how this little DIY platter turned out with the Christmas fabric, scrap fabric here, and the gold pops. I would love to know your opinion. What do you think? Don't forget, you do not have to have this exact platter. Make it your own. Have fun. Get creative. This turned out so stinking cute. I'm loving the pops of the gold all around this entire platter. Now this one's plastic, but you can also grab a glass plate from the Dollar Tree, whatever works for you. Create one of these. It's the perfect platter for Santa's cookies, or you could even stencil another sign on here. So cute, so pretty. I'm absolutely loving this. What do you think? Originally, I was going to use a Dollar Tree pot holder for this project, but I couldn't find one. Let me know if your Dollar Tree still has these pot holders. I've seen them there before. I've bought them there before. But I am so glad I found them at Hobby Lobby for $1.49 as well. So I'm just ironing a little bit of scrap fabric. This is just a fat quarter. I also grabbed this at Hobby Lobby. So cute, so affordable. I think it was $1.50 maybe as well. And I cut it down to size to fit the front of the pot holder. Now I am just ironing with my little craft iron. I will link that below. You are going to want one of those little craft irons. I'm ironing the edges down kind of like a hem, kind of like a seam that if you were going to sew it, but no. Don't you worry, my friend. This is a no-sew project. We don't do sewing here yet. I do want to learn. I do want to get better at sewing. So I'm just using some glue here. You want to use the fabric glue sticks. They work really, really well. And just gluing it down where we did the little tuck under. This is just giving it a really nice, it looks like it's sewn on finish. And once we have it in place, I went ahead and just glued it down all the way down on all 4 sides. Now I got a little, I guess not confused, but the top little part of this pot holder is not straight across. It's actually on a curve. So I had to decide if I was going to glue it straight across and just kind of cheat it a little bit, or if I was going to glue it to the curve. And I decided, of course, to cheat it a little bit because we don't got time for perfection here. We are here to have fun and make us smile. Now, I kind of played around with, did I want to add a ruffle around the edges? You could totally do that. But ultimately, I decided on this little piece of red satin ribbon trim. And I'm just going to trim the top. I thought about trimming it all around all of the edges, but I just thought it might be a little too much. But now that I'm looking back at this project, I am sitting here thinking to myself, Melanie, you could put some really cute like white chalk pen stitches around the outer edges and make it look almost like it was sewn, but more whimsical. There's just so many things you can do with this idea. Now I'm just adding a little bow to the center. I thought it might make it just a little bit cute over the top. And the great little finishing touch to this pot holder craft. This is how it turned out. I have it here in my kitchen with a little baby whisk on there. See, wouldn't it be cute with some stitches on there? I think it would be really cute. And then some wooden spoons tucked in. Of course, you can add some brownie or cookie packets to the inside and make it a perfect little gift. I'm loving the white with the little gingerbread scene on here for Christmas. Who do you know that needs this as a gift? This one might be my favorite. I'm loving this gingerbread scene. Of course, you could use any fabric here and then just load it up with your favorite things, especially those like brownie mixes and cookie mixes that come in the pouches with a couple of spatulas or spoons. Such a cute idea for a gift, last minute gifts on hand. This is a great one to have. Easy to make, fun to make, and I hope you'll make one too. Let me know. All right, so fabric. Get your fabric, get going, make some crafts for the holidays, get creative, make some decor, make some gifts, get ahead. I hope that you're excited to get started. Let me know below who else needs to see this video and who you think of when you think of like these gifts that you could give someone for the holidays. All right, and until next time, always stay creative and watch the next set of videos because I think they'll inspire you as well.